In this video, I'm going to react to the worst hospital passes in NFL history. Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. This is the place where I react to music, media, sports, anime, anything related to popular culture. I'll watch it with an open mind and give you my 100% honest reaction to it. And if you could please smash that like button early, I'd really appreciate it. Hospital passes in the NFL. This is both funny and ironic to me, just because it's interesting how, though different sports are obviously going to have completely different ways of playing, it's interesting how similar concepts of things show up in these different sports. For example, like hospital passes has been, a thing in football. If a ball gets passed into space and you've mispassed, maybe your teammate isn't really there and he's got to run onto it, that's going to invite the opposing player to try and dispossess or take that ball and turn over possession, which leads into bang, a collision, hospital pass. So it is quite funny how there's similar little concepts that arise within different sports. And to make it even worse, I imagine within the NFL, just because the athletes are so explosive and fast, even if it's in short bursts, like the NFL athletes definitely seem, because you probably know by now, I've been comparing and contrasting the physicality required to play American football, rugby, AFL and ice hockey now. It definitely seems that the NFL players or American football players have a huge amount of explosivity in short bursts, whereas rugby players probably have a slightly lesser explosiveness but a higher endurance. So, but in terms of receiving a hospital pass or a collision in a hospital pass, I would probably rather take a collision from a rugby player than an American football player, just because the American football player is likely going to be running at you faster, is going to be able to put more force and power into his shoulder or whatever part of his body he uses to tackle you. So yeah, I imagine this video is going to be pretty brutal watching, but I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. You know me, I like a bit of rough and tough. So let's go. These are the worst hospital passes in NFL history. Oh mate, he's out cold. He is out cold sleeping. Oh gosh. Whew. That was brutal. Oh my god, is he okay, man? Oh. Is that Peyton Manning?
Austin Collie going right up the seam.
He is out, man. That was a brutal collision. That guy looked like he was running at like 30 miles an hour. Look at this.
There's a safety back.
Look at this. He's not. I don't think he's even looking. Bang! Oh, 25. No, 52. Sorry. Just ran into him with his shoulder, right on the temple. On the temple. Sorry. Bang! Right arm into the temple. That was brutal.
Sure, Peyton's going, wow, what could I have done differently?
Oh man, so Manning probably feels a bit of guilt, right? Yeah.
It's just unfortunate.
I'm glad to see him walking off though. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Bang. Oh.
Goes in, turns his body, uses his shoulder first.
Bang! That must feel like getting hit by a small vehicle. Oh, the whiplash is seeing the heads just whip back. Oh, knocked right off his feet, man. Oh, he kicked him in the head for good measure. Oh man, he's going off. With his neck braced up.
It was 3 weeks ago.
Man.
In the season finale against Cleveland was.
Oh, I hope he is okay, man. Let me know. Did he make a full recovery from this? I would hope so.
Left him and
Oh boy. Ooh!
Goodwin just got unlocked
Oh!
by Blake Counts.
There's going to be a post-high safety just
Oh, okay, man. Yeah. These hits are ridiculous.
Counts tried to get a change down the field.
Number 32 on 3rd down and 6. Cobb in trouble.
Oh boy. Oh!
Deshaun Jackson.
Because that looked like face on face. They're both down. Both down.
As a defenseless player,
It looked like the front of their helmets
Dante
just
Robinson down as well.
smashed into each other and collided. So whenever they throw that little yellow flag on the play, that pauses possession. That pauses the game, right?
I don't know how you take this out of the game of football. I don't know if there's anything you can do. They've implemented the rule. It's hard for the player. Thank goodness it looks like it's on the shoulder more than it was helmet to helmet.
23.
Really? Okay, so it wasn't helmet to helmet. Oh.
15-yard penalty. First down.
Find
He
some
got
way to get the
smashed
message to
in
the players.
two.
It's so hard because
To be honest, I don't think you can take this out of the game unless you get quarterbacks' decision-making and accuracy to a level where they never, ever make a bad decision. Balls are always going to get thrown into space sometimes. You're never always going to get the ball into your receiver's hands. It's just, I don't think there's any quarterback that has a 100% hit rate. I don't think it's possible. Oh man, that sound, that crunching.
Look how he extends the receiver.
Oh, that crunching.
On his back flat.
Oh,
And I believe Eric Smith is the jet who
Oh.
is shaken up at the goal line. Oh, you never want to
Oh.
see that, especially
it looked
on a
like he got hit
meaningless play.
twice.
Oh, no.
Boy, that's a scary situation right there.
Oh,
You get knocked cold. It looked like Anquan Bolden
yeah,
took a
man.
hat
This is a
right off of his hat.
game with
Okay,
serious
Anquan now has
consequences.
been
it
placed on a
seems.
stretcher, and they are taking Bolden and placing him onto the cart.
Has been with this franchise for 12 years.
Oh boy. Oof. Whenever you see their hands stuck like that, that's not a good sign. That's somebody that's unconscious.
It was a collision with
Oh.
and Hansen.
Oh man.
Flag was thrown, so
Boom. Oh. Bang. Oh. Man, seeing the limbs just freeze up like that and tense up in place. An opposing player surely has to feel a bit, obviously it's not his fault. Like, he's just doing his job, right? By going for the ball. But I imagine there's still an inherent guilt that some may feel by knocking another dude unconscious. Or maybe you don't. Let me know if you've played, you've played the game before and you've done this to somebody. Let me know. Was there any guilt felt afterwards, or were you just doing your job? Was that your mindset? Man,
okay, the Eagles are over here.
people do not look happy.
Well, flag call. Here it is. Nobody launches.
Bang.
Below the shoulder.
So, 17, he saw the guy coming, it seemed. It seemed like he had time. Like, look, so he's looking in his direction. I mean, could he have done more to evade that, 17? Because it seemed like he had, a second or two, maybe 1.5 seconds to react to that. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit, unrealistic in my expectations. Oh man. Yeah, when the head is just held in place with a brace.
They want to grow up to be Cowboys. White will throw on 1st down.
Oh boy. Oh. Okay, at least he's sitting up. He's just winded, I think.
He has a step here, but Doug Plank is outside. Now watch him as he stretches. You see that position there? He's completely exposed. He didn't feel it nor see it coming, and he had no protection at all.
Those two pair safety men.
Yeah, he's walking it off, man. Tough guy, man.
Plank and Fenton.
On the round, 3rd and 6, the blitz. And the throw.
Oh! It's the sound. It's the sound of the plastic, of the helmets. Oh! Woo-wee! Man, that never, like, even though there was at least maybe 10 different collisions in that, it never got old, because the collisions, you can sense the amount of force involved in those hits. That crushing plastic sound of the helmets just slamming together. Yeah, like I don't think, one of the commentators, asked if there was a way to rid the game of these sorts of impacts. I don't think it's possible, honestly. And even if it was possible to completely remove them from the game, would you want to see them removed from the game? Because I imagine for a lot of people, seeing these humongous hits is, part of the appeal of the game. Obviously, you want your state's team to win, to get as far as they can into the playoffs, maybe win the Super Bowl. But, a lot of people, they want to see big hits. They want to see collisions. They want to see the biggest, baddest athletes, going toe to toe. So, number one, I don't think it's possible to remove them from the game, just because, for these types of collisions to be removed, quarterbacks would need to be pin perfect with their passes all the time, 100% of the time. I'm not sure that's possible. It's not within human nature to ever be completely flawless. And even in the event that you can somehow achieve that, I'm not sure if the fans would be in favor of that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know, would you want to see these kind of things, hospital passes, be removed from the game? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and keep throwing recommendations at me, guys. I know I say this all the time, but it really makes my life easier, and it makes for better quality videos as well. So like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, keep throwing recommendations, and I'll catch you in the next one.